I realized and I overcame that obstacle that, like, I'm me and that's the only person I can be. So you have to be acceptant with yourself, whether or not you still think that, like, you're not good enough. Hi guys!
Hi guys!
Welcome back to
the
Modcast.
Anyways, Mikhail and I wanted to touch base on, this is kind of like a little follow-up video. If you didn't see the first part of this video, definitely go and check it out. But this is us talking a little bit more about, like, just the severity of this issue, and I guess even like how she feels about it, how you feel it's affecting you. How do you feel?
Yeah, I don't feel like anyone should have to feel like that, because everyone should just love themselves for who they are. And I can relate to that because there was a time when I felt too, like, oh, I want my hair to be straight like everyone else's or something like that. But, like, I didn't enjoy the feeling of not loving myself at all. So I do enjoy it now. And I just don't want anyone to feel the way I did before.
And how did you feel?
Well, I just felt like, oh, I'm not good enough. Oh, like, I'm not as pretty as, like, such and such person and stuff like that. And it's just not very helpful, because then you just feel, like, useless when, like, you're beautiful or something like that, because you're just as good as anyone else.
And that, when you were going through that phase, that broke my heart. And it's so sad, because as a mom, you want to feel like your kid is feeling nothing but 100% confident in who they are. And that's what we've always taught you, to be confident. And so you, right? Was it something that we were doing as parents?
No, it was just us moving here, and there weren't, like, as many, like, people of color around, and even in our church and stuff. And, like, everyone was primarily, like, white and blonde.
But that's, within week 4, we saw a lot of black people in our church. There were more and more black people at our church.
Youth group.
Oh, in terms of the kids.
Yeah, in terms of the kids and stuff.
Yeah, so but even then, after 6 months, of being here, we also met our friends, and when we started going into our homeschooling programs, where our friends, even though they were white, they have children whom are black, and like we've been around black people, and you've seen that's the thing, like, you weren't not around black people. It's just that at the same time, they came to our activities, but they weren't as involved in our church and in our youth. Now there are a lot of other people that go to our church, but so you knew that there were people around, and there are girls that love themselves. There are girls that have natural hair. There are girls of different sizes. It's not like, but you saw this, and how come you still felt the same way you did?
I don't
Maybe
know.
because you're like your friends.
Yeah, I guess all my friends were, like, yeah, mostly white at that time.
I think what you went through is not uncommon. I feel like every young girl may go through that stage in a sense. I don't know if they all go through that stage, but I feel like it's not uncommon, just because, the way society subjects or forces everything at you. But like I said, I've always taught you girls to love yourself. Sorry, the video is a little bit emotional, and yeah, it's a bit emotional, but it's a real life emotional topic, like real stuff. You want your kids to be equipped, and you want them to feel loved, and that's one thing we do. We tell you guys every night that we love you, or every day that we love you.
Say goodnight.
We tell you, we always give you girls hugs, and we always tell you that we love you. We always tell you that you're beautiful. So, right?
Yeah.
So it's important for you. Like, I wish that parents' words were just good enough. That's the big thing I feel. Is like, sometimes it feels like no matter how much as parents we are trying, it's almost like
society still rolls over.
It's like our words aren't good enough, aren't big enough. They don't always get heard.
Because they're your parents. They're supposed to be the people that says, "Hey, you girl, you beautiful."
Well, that's not. Well, I guess so. But at the same time, like, I don't know. But where are you now? So that was you then. And where are you now?
Now I just, I realized and I overcame that obstacle that, like, I'm me and that's the only person I can be. So you have to be acceptant with yourself, whether or not you still think that, like, you're not good enough. You have to accept the fact that you are you.
So the
And
fact
then-
that you just said that, I just want to backtrack. The fact that you just said that, is that how you still feel?
No,
You feel...
I don't still feel like I'm not good enough, of course. But like I'm just saying, if they do, like
Okay,
like
okay.
I believe in myself, and I believe in that I'm beautiful, and that I love my skin color, and that even if my hair is short, it's gorgeous.
Well, your hair is short because of your lack of care.
Excuse me.
But be real.
Okay. I did braid.
Girl,
it
your
off
braid
pretty
is
short.
unraveling. You gotta wrap.
Why?
You can braid it. But your hair is short because of your lack of care.
Yeah,
You had long
because
hair.
at that point I was just like, oh my goodness, this is so hard to take
And
care
is that
of.
the thing? You didn't care too much about yourself at that point, so you just...
No. Yeah, when we moved here, I was just like, what? I wear baggy shorts and t-shirts. No. Okay, no. I didn't really wear the baggy shorts and t-shirts, but I was just like the cozy person. I didn't care about fashion at all. I would just literally wake up and open my drawer, take out whatever was on the top, and wear it.
Oh my.
I feel like moving here and being around more like young girls my age has like affected me too, where I've been like, okay, I gotta actually fix myself, gotta look normal and blend in.
Okay.
Gotta
and
like dress
it's
like
kinda
I'm actually
funny.
going somewhere.
So it's funny because isn't this stuff that I always talk to you
Yes,
about?
that was what you did talk to me about before. Like, Michaela, you gotta put more effort into how you dress and stuff. And I'd be
Yeah,
like,
because, and it's
I'm
not
just
because,
casual.
and it has nothing to do with you not being beautiful. It just has to do with you being
showing that beauty.
Huh?
And, like showing that beauty and not
I believe it's important for you to take care of yourself for your own self. It makes you feel good.
because then
When
you feel better about yourself.
You
when,
feel
like,
better about yourself when you make effort. If you treat yourself like garbage, you're gonna feel like garbage, right?
Yeah.
And so why shouldn't you?
Why shouldn't you like take care of yourself to feel good about yourself? Yeah.
And it's not just to feel good about yourself.
No,
You're doing it because it's
you're
called
doing it
self-care, but
yeah.
it makes you feel good indirectly. So take that as a tip, young girls. Like, work with what you have. There's a thing called self-confidence too. I want to point out because in our world, girls and people often just they do say beauty's in the eye of the beholder.
Mm-hmm.
And in our world, like, a lot of people just think, oh, they look and they see someone, they just think, oh, that person's beautiful. And because they think that person is beautiful,
I remember
and
we
they
used to do that.
get fixated on that person. Yes, I remember when
We
you
used
guys
to be like,
used to,
hey, she's pretty. Hey,
yeah,
she's nice.
yes.
We
And
would
I
do
remember
that
when
a
you
lot.
guys would get fixated, like people get fixated on people that they think is beautiful. They think everyone else think they're beautiful. I used to do that even with your dad. And I'd be like, oh, she's pretty, or say make a random comment like that, and he's like, no. And I'm like, no, you lying, because
she'd be bomb.
right? Because you think
that's that's what you think is beautiful.
Yeah, you think, but you
And
think
then
everyone else
imagine if
thinks
that girl's like, hey, look at that girl over there. She's really pretty.
Right? But that's the point. It's like everyone's opinion of what beauty is so different. Mm-hmm. Some people just looks are important to. I think looks are definitely important to a certain degree for everyone. Mm-hmm. At the same time, I don't think everyone weighs it in the same degree. Also, I think this is a whole different level, obviously, when it comes to dating and whatnot. When it gets to that point, personality also can heighten someone's attractiveness. Right? You thought they were attractive before, you get to talking to them and you're like, whoa!
Wow, they're way better.
Yes,
way better than you ever
way better
imagined.
than you, exactly. So, there's a big thing that goes with loving yourself no matter what. Loving yourself for who you are. So, yeah, there's a big thing that goes with like loving yourself for who you are, and
just being yourself.
And being yourself and working with what you have.
And understanding that like you have to just be the best you can be to like help to encourage
but
others.
It takes effort, right?
Mm-hmm.
There are times when even in our relationship when I'm like, do this, come on, fix yourself, and she'd be very resistant, and it was just driving me nuts as a mom. And you don't at the same, I keep saying at the same time, but because I'm at home and because she's homeschooled, there's that fine line that you don't always I don't want to harp on her, but I also have to. I know that it's my responsibility to kind of guide you and get you straightened out.
You can be the lantern. And I'll be the person.
Yeah. It's my responsibility to kind of, get you equipped for the future.
For life, yeah.
for life. And so,
and I love you for that.
aw, love you too,
Love
baby. She's forever my baby. So
Your first baby.
I know. Can you imagine? Can you imagine?
I'm gonna be 16 in 2 years.
Oh my gosh. You can't even say 15. 15 is like around the corner.
15
We're jumping.
Is nothing. 16 is your sweet 16 party. I'm going to have everyone I know over. This house is going to be completely turned around. We're going to have the walls pink. We're going to have the
You
floor
wish.
green.
You've been watching too much TV. Too much TV. But yeah, that's our take on that. It was good. It was nice for you to show that emotional side. Make try to hold it together completely for the last video.
Well, I didn't know if you wanted me to go full like waterfall.
I didn't want you to, girl, but you went there all by yourself. So, you know, it's just what it is. But it's good. You know what? Because it shows the realness. It shows your realness. And that alone will inspire young women out there to know that, yes, I can cry about this. And yes, I feel this way. But I realize that there's a light at the end of the tunnel. And this too shall pass. I don't have to feel the way I do. I can love myself. I am
strong.
good enough. I can be strong. And that's what I think that's the most important part. Because sometimes we get caught up in thinking that someone overcoming something and being super strong means that they didn't face any hardships or they didn't face it like an emotional battle. And that's not life either, right? It's like
I actually had a poem written about this.
You do, huh?
Yeah.
But you can't share it. Oh, she's.
I can read it
oh.
on here.
Michaela has written. No. Michaela has written a poetry book. And we will be linking it on our channel at some point. So if you guys want to support her, because she has a great heart and her poems are amazing. She is a really, really strong writer. Yes, I feel like I'm tooting my own horn here because it's my child. But I'm being serious. She is really, really good. And she's going to be developing her book on Amazon and we'll be putting it for sale on there. Yeah. So if you guys, some of our viewers want to check it out and, help a sister out, like support her in her initiatives to grow as a young writer / author, because she's got the skills. All the girls are actually really, really phenomenal writers. They are, yeah. They love to write, and I'm excited to see where they go with that. So if you guys want to support that, check out our link below. We're gonna have our link down there, and we're gonna have our Patreon down there as well to help support our channel. For those of you who want to, you're not obliged and obligated to do it. Did I just say obliged and obligated when it's the exact same thing? You're not obliged.
I know, I was just like, they're the same word, just pronounced differently.
Listen, kid, I need some sleep.
Never fear, you must first get the sleep to understand the language.
That's true. That is true. Your girl is running on lack of sleep because I put
Because you have a baby.
I put the baby in her crib last night, and she slept well. It was me that was just like, huh? Okay,
are you okay?
She's good.
Oh,
okay, good.
You were up staring at her? You were watching her while she's sleeping?
No, I was not. That sounds so creepy.
It does. Oh. That's why I was asking.
Yeah. So I hope you guys enjoyed these little mini series. Like I said, they're going to be real talk, us being candid and casual, and just sharing just like some of our real stuff that we deal with, mother-daughter.
Some of the things we've gone through and like maybe share it with other people that we're talking about in the video, stuff like that. As in this one.
Yeah, so if you haven't seen that video of that girl, you guys should check it out, because I feel for her mom, and I definitely feel for her, but my spidey senses is telling me that this is not real. So, yeah.
My spidey sense is tingling. I have to go to the bathroom.
And this is part 2. This is part 2. If you have not seen the first part.
Hot chocolate's cold. Like really cold.
Girl. If you haven't seen the first part of this video, definitely check it out, y'all. And we're working on our lighting. Our lighting needs to be upgraded, but like I said, we're trying to establish ourselves here on this YouTube platform business. So one step at a time. You don't want to just run out there and spend all your money buying everything when you don't know what's going to happen. So anyways, if you guys like what we're doing, share with moms, share these videos with moms and moms who have teens, and but it's just anyone that's willing who want to hear like mother-daughter podcast The Modcast.
Modcast. We should do like a hand thing like,
Modcast. Welcome, it's like, welcome to the Modcast.
or we could be like, oh my goodness, no, we can't do